Good afternoon, viewers! This is the, I'm not sure. Do you know, Megan?
This is the Memory Moment Show. Today we will be discussing memory and how our minds construct memories. Memory is the faculty of the mind by which information is encoded, stored, and retrieved.
We are going to be talking about how long-term memories are formed and how this process can lead to inaccuracies in memory. As new memories are created in LTM, old memories can get lost, but they are more likely to be changed or altered in some way. Like that one time I got lost in Disney World. Wait, hold on. That was the grocery store, right?
In reality, memories are never quite accurate, and the more time that passes since you had the memory, the more inaccuracies creep. Now, I am pleased to introduce our special guest, the early 20th century memory schema theorist, Sir Frederick Bartlett.
Good morning, Megan! Top of the morning to ya! Thanks a billion for having me on the show.
So, tell us why you're here today.
Well, I see the process of memory as more similar to creating a story rather than reading one already written. I see it as a problem-solving activity in which the person tries to receive particulars of some past event by using current knowledge, inferring it from evidence to create the memory.
Wow.
Our next guest has a fairly different view of long-term memory.
All right, goodbye.
Goodbye. Please welcome Elizabeth Loftus.
Good morning. Thank you for having me.
Good morning.
Oh.
So how do you believe memories are formed?
Well, a group of researchers and I have provided substantial evidence for the reconstructive processing view of memory retrieval. According to this view, memories are built or reconstructed from the information stored away during encoding.
How fascinating!
Hello, Hannah.
Hi.
How was the bathroom?
It was good. I had a good time.
Remember when we were having a food fight in the cafeteria last year, and then Mr. Lewin came and yelled at us?
Yeah, but it was in the library.
And it was Mr. Rosenberg.
And you weren't there.
It's okay. I hypnotized her to make her think she was.
Oh.
Oh well, if you've ever wondered what false memory syndrome is, that was it right there.
False memory syndrome is the creation of false or inaccurate memories through the suggestion of others and often while the person is under hypnosis.
Interestingly, hypnosis makes it easier to recall real memories as well as create fake ones. Research demonstrates that real memories are created in much the same way that fake memories are created, especially when visual images are involved.
Have you ever thought you saw an old friend on the street but realized that it wasn't them?
Yup, me! Researchers looked at brain activity and found that individuals that looked at real visual images and then were asked to imagine looking at the real visual images were unable to distinguish between the images they had really seen and the images they imagined.
There's also other evidence that suggests that false memories have much in common with confabulations of people with memory problems related to dementia.
Yeah, both forms of false memories involve a lower than normal part of the frontal lobe associated with doubt and skepticism.
So are there really any memories that we can really trust?
Well, there is some evidence suggesting that false memories cannot be created for just any memory contact, according to Kathy Peztek, a cognitive psychologist and memory expert. The memories must at least be plausible, as she did several studies demonstrating the resistance of children to the creation of implausible false memories.
However, this idea is contrary to Loftus and colleagues.
Through conducting many experiments, he found that very implausible false memories had been successfully implanted.
The researchers concluded that there are two steps for people to interpret false events as true.
1. The event must be made to seem as possible.
2. The individuals are given information that help them believe that the event could have happened to them personally.
Random question, but why do we forget? Wait, what is this video about again?
Well, Megan, maybe our next guest will jog your memory. Please welcome Herman Ebbinghaus.
Greetings, Earthlings.
Greetings. So, why are you relevant to our conversation today, Herman?
Well, I created a various list of nonsense syllables, which are pronounceable but meaningless syllables. I then memorized the list, waited a particular amount of time, then tried to recall the list. I graphed my results each time. The result became a familiar graph.
This graph revealed that forgetting occurs quicker within the first hour after learning.
It did.
Believe it or not, you're more likely to forget something right after you learn it. Hi, Hannah.
Hannah, my favorite ice cream is chocolate.
Okay. What's your favorite ice cream?
Chocolate.
Oh.
Evan Goss also found that cramming is not the solution to your problems.
Cramming information the night before the test is not nearly as effective as spacing out study sessions. This is called distributed practice and will help you better retain information you learn.
Better start studying for finals then. I gotta go!
Bye.
Bye.
Oh, how was it?
It was good.
That's good. So why specifically do people forget?
One common reason is encoding failure.
Hey, Hannah. Carol's fish lady Cornelia just died, so try to be nice.
Okay. I'm so excited. My mom is cooking fish for dinner tonight. Oh.
This is an example of encoding failure. Hannah might have heard what I was saying, but she was not paying attention, causing a failure of processing the information I was telling into her memory.
Another interesting theory of forgetting involves memory traces. Physical changes in the brain that occur when memories are formed. However, if these traces are not used over time, they decay and eventually turn into nothing. This is called decay theory. And referring to long-term memory, this theory is usually called disuse.
However, how does it happen that people can recall memories that they thought were long forgotten? Could there be other factors involved in forgetting of long-term memories? What is a possible explanation of long-term memory forgetting?
I've got an answer for that. Though most long-term memories may be stored permanently in the brain, more or less, memories may not always be accessible due to the interference of other information.
Hey, Carol, I heard you got a new phone number. What is it?
301-250-8040.
That's your old one.
Right. What's my new one?
That's
awkward.
Carol's obliviousness represents proactive interference, when previously learned material interferes with the learning of new material.
On the other hand, retroactive interference is when newer information interferes with retrieving old information.
Like when you try to type on a flip phone, but you can't remember how to because the last time you used one was in 2012?
Well, it was a great time learning.
And forgetting.
With you.
And we'll see you next week.
Yeah. Bye.